Good morning on this Monday morning. We're coming on the air for opening bell on Wall Street and what is expected to be another brutal day of trading, perhaps. The stock markets in the U.S. and around the world obviously reacting to President Trump's tariff policy. Overnight futures signaling the Dow is facing roughly a 700-point loss, perhaps, in the opening minutes here on Wall Street. The Dow losing more than 2,000 points on Friday for just the fourth time in its history. That's after losing 1,700 points on Thursday. Close to about 4,000 points lost in just 2 days. You can see there on the opening bell down 1,200 points here. The NASDAQ and S&P 500 also looking at a tough day ahead. The NASDAQ entering a bear market officially on Friday after losses on Thursday and Friday of nearly 6% apiece. The S&P 500 dropping about 6% as well on Friday for its worst performance since the outbreak of the pandemic in March of 2020. It lost about 10% in 2 days. A lot of numbers to throw your way. But again, all eyes on the Dow here this morning. Markets in Asia and Europe already taking a nosedive. Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, and China. European markets are down across the board, facing a 16th-month low. The London Stock Exchange has plunged to its lowest point in a year, seeing 5% wiped off its value. Let's put back up the numbers of the opening bell here on Wall Street just moments ago. The Dow opening up down 1,200 points, down about 3% on the opening bell. Let's get right to Whit Johnson on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Whit, obviously investors anxious again on this Monday, beginning a new week, and worried we're going to see today what we saw on Thursday and Friday.
Absolutely, David. The activity really picking up here on the floor moments after we heard the opening bell. And I spoke to a trader just a short time ago, and he said, look, there is fear and loathing across the markets here. He even described this as sort of a mini crash right now because of the lack of clarity that they're getting from the Trump administration, the anxiety, the uncertainty about what's going to happen next. Again, we're looking at these numbers here. The Dow down almost 1,200 points right now. The NASDAQ about 620, and the S&P 500 about 176, of course, where millions of Americans have their 401ks, their retirement savings. And part of the problem here is the way the administration has been downplaying the impact of the tariffs and the impact of this sell-off. We saw President Trump just this morning on social media insisting that the tariffs are bringing in billions of dollars every week into the United States. But again, if you ask most economists, they are saying that it will ultimately be American consumers who pay those higher prices on everyday goods. And we're seeing the reaction here. And it's not just what happened last week or today. The expectation is it could be a very difficult week ahead.